Hello crafty friends, I am the Craftacular Creator and today we're about to tumble straight into Wonderland. This project features an artist trading card panel, some stenciling magic and Alice herself spinning down, down, down into her rabbit hole adventure. And just to keep things curiouser and curiouser, the whole card is made with a bookbinding fold. We'll get to that twist a little later. Before we follow Alice into the spiral, please do me a favour and get clicky for Vicky. Your support is absolutely wonderful. In fact, it might even keep the Cheshire Cat grinning from ear to ear. For today's adventure, I used Miss Ink Alice stamp, Miss Ink Wonky Spiral stencil, Kindred Stamps Time for Tea patterned paper. Other supplies will appear along the way, like the white rabbit running late, and everything will be listed in the description below. I begin with the background. Using the Wonky Spiral stencil, I ink through with Black Soot Distress Oxide and a Picket Fence Studio ink pouncer. The swirling pattern creates that perfect rabbit hole illusion. You can almost feel yourself being pulled into Wonderland. Everything is clipped in place with my trusty waffle flower grip mat, which sits inside the clipboard with a dust cover. It's a lifesaver if you live with cats, especially the mischievous kind that vanish, leaving only their fur behind. I trim the spiral to 3.5 by 5.5 inches and add a 1-inch stripy strip for Mad Hatter flair. Off screen I embossed vellum with a tea party folder and teat embossed Alice in silhouette on black cardstock. The vellum's A2C sized at 2.5 by 3.5 inches. For the fold, I take an A2 card base, lay it flat and score 1 inch in from the fold line. I fold it back and crease it with a bone folder, and then glue it down. And that's how to do a bookbinding fold. It's simple but effective, a bit like drinking tea out of a thimble at the Mad Hatter's table. To decorate, I glue the stripy strip onto the narrow flap and the spiral panel onto the larger section. Now for Alice. I position her on the vellum so she looks like she's mid-tumble into the spiral and attach her with liquid glue. Of course, vellum is notoriously tricky to stick down without glue marks showing, so it's a bit like trying to balance your teacup on the dormouse's head in fact. My solution this time is tiny pearl embellishments. They add charm while neatly hiding the glue. As I add the pearls, here's a quick note on artist trading cards. They are tiny 2.5 by 3.5 inch artworks made to swap, not sell. They pulled me into the craft world 15 years ago, and I've been hooked ever since. Once Alice and the pearls are placed, I glue behind the covered areas and stick the vellum to the spiral. Looking back, I wish I'd made it removable, but for this card, Alice is staying in Wonderland. For the sentiment, I stamped and fussy cut the phrase, "I heard you fell down a rabbit hole. Could there be a more perfect fit for this card?" With that in place, the design comes together. The spiral, Alice tumbling, the pearls and that cheeky sentiment. I love the bookbinding fold because it reduces the card space a little, letting a simple but bold design really shine. Alice looks like she's endlessly falling, and I think that captures the spirit of Wonderland beautifully. This card was inspired by Craft Roulette, episode 275. The parameters were an A2C sized panel, Starry Night colours in blue and yellow, Alice tumbling down, and white dots. My pearls cover that perfectly. If you haven't come across Craft Roulette before, it's a weekly live crafting show hosted by Mary Gunn on YouTube, where 4 random parameters are spun, a bit like a crafty game of chance. Each spin gives us something to work into a card, things like colours, themes, folds or little design elements. The fun is that no 2 projects are ever the same, but everyone's working with the same prompts. It's like the Mad Hatter calling out challenges at a tea party. A little unpredictable, sometimes quite mad, but always inspiring. If you'd like to join in, check out Craft Roulette on YouTube every Friday night. It's a very welcoming community and I think you'll have a wonderful time. So that's our tumble through Wonderland complete. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to get clicky for Vicky. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Stay curious, keep crafting, and whatever you do, don't be late for tea. Ta-ta for now.